Hey, this is Ernest Miller, the cat, baby. If you ain't watching me with Mike and Tyler count it out, you losing, you missing out on big time.
You are listening to Count It Out with Mike and Tyler.
Well, we are live, pals. Welcome to another edition of the Bill Apter, not Bill Goldberg, the Bill Apter Seal of Approve. Count It Out with Mike and Tyler.
Oh, I'd like to think that
Oh, you're
Goldberg
cutting
would approve this show.
cutting off my intro. Unbelievable. I didn't even
with a spear.
I didn't even get to say my name is Tyler and I'm joined as always by the one and only Mike. No, I just get cut off with a Goldberg spear. Fucking rude.
So, if your name comes first, does that mean I'm next?
No, your name comes first in the show. I just introduced
But
myself
you always
first.
say I'm Tyler.
Have you never seen our logo before? Do you not know what the name of our show is?
Barely.
I had to put your name first because you've got the ego in the family here, so
It just sounds better.
I think Count It Out starring Tyler has a great ring to it. Oh, what's going
I've
on?
been waiting for that for 5 years. Just to
Yeah, I
get
can't believe it. I can't believe it took.
You would never. I assume you would never tell me. Just one day, it would just happen. My name's off the marquee. I don't get the Zoom link. It just happens.
Well, yeah, I'd still give you the Zoom link until I could find somebody else to put a new name on, but but I wonder how long it would take you to notice that I would remove just your name from only our logo. Like, I wonder how long that would take you to see.
The guy would notice kind of fast. Like you said, the ego.
Well, we got a shitload of stuff to talk about.
Holy crap.
You're gonna be counting down.
Weekend?
There was I think there's a match or two. You're going to be counting down the top 7 Bill Goldberg career moments later on, and we're going to keep that list in honor of Goldberg. We're going to keep that list short because we're going to rush. We'll probably get through it pretty quick because we've got a lot of wrestling to talk about.
A lot of wrestling to talk about.
Name me a promotion. Where do you want to start with?
There's 4 shows this weekend. I mean, this is
yeah.
insane.
Where do you want to start? You want to start with AEW? You want to start WWE, Ring of Honor?
I didn't watch the Ring of Honor show. Let's put a pin in that. I have watched none of the Ring of Honor stuff.
So I have not watched it either. All I want to say about it is that I have heard nothing but rave reviews about Bandito and Takeshita in the main event. I heard it is nominated, like this could be match of the year talk. The fans actually threw money into the ring after the match was over.
Really?
So I'm going to make that a priority to try to watch going forward.
Okay. As well as ROH, I didn't watch Great American Bash. I just can't justify the time, with all the other wrestling going on. I couldn't watch NXT or ROH because I did want to watch Monday Night Raw. So I needed to fill that in. I think a lot happened on Raw last night that needs to be talked about today.
A lot happened this entire weekend that we're going to talk about.
Exactly. So I did watch Evolution in its entirety.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. I watched Great American Bash. I'd say 85% of it, or no, sorry, not a Great American Bash. Saturday Night's Main Event. Okay. 85% of it, and I watched All In 60% of it.
I watch bits and pieces of everything.
And Raw 100%.
I watch bits and pieces of everything except for Raw. I have not watched. I won't watch Great American Bash. I'm just not really into the NXT product right now. Okay. I'm really kind of over the TNA stuff as well. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not into Joe Hendry. Okay. Here's my question before we really dive into everything. Has Joe Hendry lost his momentum since WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Where do we go?
He lost it before WrestleMania. Just that WrestleMania spot should have picked it back up, but it didn't.
Where do we go
And
with Joe Hendry from here if you're TNA? You put the belt back on him, you give a run to Santana, or you go a different
uh,
direction?
I, I think the Joe Henry experiment has failed.
You think it
Um,
failed, eh? Yeah.
I don't think they hit it when they should have. They hit
Mhm.
it too late, and it just wasn't what it should have been. And by the time they did hit it, people were already ready to be invested in other guys like the man you just mentioned, Mike Santana. I think Joe Henry went from being that next guy to being the next guy who's going to stand there while we wait for Mike Santana to be ready.
I
Um,
I just don't think he did a lot in TNA with the title. Like his title reign is going to be remembered as the guy who showed up at the Royal Rumble and the guy who showed up at WrestleMania, and that's cool.
that's
And
awesome.
it got a lot of vibes and attention for TNA, which is great.
Mhm.
But I don't know what he did other than that as the
He's
champion.
we're not going to go down in 10 years. We're not going to be talking about Joe Henry and his championship reigns. We're not.
I think we'll talk about like the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania spot maybe.
I mean,
Um,
sure,
I do think.
but even those are like he got the WrestleMania spot because Kevin Owens got injured. You know, it's just
Do you
he's
think that
he's a second thought right now.
do you think that his WWE appearances helped him or hurt him?
Neither.
I think that his WWE appearances have
I
hurt
don't.
him in the long run.
I don't think I agree with that.
And I'll tell you why though. He never wins in the WWE. He's
We've discussed this in
challenged
the past, and you yourself had said straight out that he doesn't. You know, at those points, he didn't need to.
at those points maybe, but I think that they missed a couple triggers on him. I think maybe they should have put the NXT title on him at one point when he was challenging for it last year.
Well,
But
yeah,
he
but
just kept losing. Like he got,
I don't know. The same could be said
eliminated.
about Jordan Grayson. It didn't hurt her when she was in TNA.
I don't think she's got that much steam in NXT right now either. She's doing all right. She's been featured in some big matches, but she's not winning either. And I there are some times when wins and losses hurt. And if I'm looking back in hindsight now, I think Joe Hendry losing so much in the WWE has hurt the way people look at him. It affects the way I look at him. I don't think he's the guy. I think he was like how I used to describe Jey Uso before he won the world title. He's a guy that is a great person to put into a spot that is a believable challenger that I never think is going to win. And that's how I feel about
Well,
him now.
and I was going to say the same thing. And I don't think I knew I felt this way until he had the title, but I feel the exact same way about Joe Hendry. He's that guy I want to see chasing the title. Once you put it on him, what do you? I don't know what we're doing
I don't
anymore.
even care about putting it on him. I just like he lost so many title matches
Yeah.
and so many big stage matches in the WWE.
Hmm.
You know, he lost Ethan Page for the NXT title. He's lost his title to Trix Williams.
Well, as far
It's
as I'm
like
concerned, as soon as you lose Ethan Page, your career is fucking over. So,
but it's like anytime that he was put in that big stage, he was not presented to win. And I think
but
you need to win some of those.
by the way, sidebar here. I know you've listened to the episode of the Cody Rhodes podcast with Kevin Owens on it.
Oh my God, it might be one of the best podcasts of all time.
My absolute favorite part when Kevin Owens starts shitting all over Ethan Page, I almost cried when he's talking about it's like, oh, I would take they're talking about where you would anyone who didn't hear the show. Kevin Owens is talking about the old phrase, I would take a bullet for that guy because he was talking about his friendship with Jimmy Jacobs.
Mhm.
He says, I'd take a bullet for that guy. Cody said, okay, but where? He's like, well, for Jimmy, I'd take it anywhere. Like I would take a bullet right to the head for Jimmy. But there's levels of friendship. He starts talking about, it's like, oh, I'd take it in the thigh for this guy, or I'd take it in the shoulder for this guy. And then Cody said, where we could take it for Ethan Page? He's like, I'd fucking get out of the way.
Yeah, he said he didn't like his fake glasses.
Oh my God, I died. And anybody who knows me knows how I feel about Ethan Page. So that was like the best part of that show for me.
If you have an hour and a half to kill in your life after you're done listening to Count It Out with Mike and Tyler, go find that podcast with Cody Rhodes and
It's
Kevin
so
Owens.
good.
Kevin
It's so
Owens
good.
is he's not a drinker in real life, and he gets pretty drunk during
It's
this
Paludo.
podcast.
Yeah.
and he just shoots on everything. It's
Well,
so funny.
we realized if you want to get Kevin Owens to drink, all you have to do is name a drink after him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all they did. They told him that that drink was named after his finishing move, and boom, he ended up having like 8 of them.
That was yeah, it was really, really good.
I love
Uh
how at one point Cody says he's not a big drinker, yet he drinks on every podcast.
yeah, Cody's a drinker. I just listened to his one with Ricky Saint, and he was like, I get drunk and text people I love them all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, good man. All right, where do you want to go here? We got a lot to talk about. We sidebarred
All right,
already. We haven't even got to topic one.
let's lump all the WWE stuff together, and do that right before the Goldberg list. So
So we'll start with
let's
AEW.
start with AEW.
Okay,
One of the
AEW.
rare times I put my effort into trying to have an unbiased look on an AEW product. That's why I
So
don't watch AEW anymore, is because I don't want to dislike it. And some days I go in and going, this is gonna be shit. Why should I watch it if I have that mentality? It's because if you go in saying it's gonna be shit, it's gonna be shit. So I said, no, I'm going to go into it. I'm going to try to like this. I'm going to try to not try to like it, but go in with an open mind and see, hey, is AEW doing something that I like this week? And I'll tell you, man, we've talked about this before. I may not like their storytelling. I may not like their weekly television products, but goddamn, can that company put on a pay-per-view?
yes, they can. What did you watch on the show?
Let me bring up the card so I can remember everything that I
Yeah,
watched.
that's the one problem. And I will say, a lot of people criticizing AEW for going for 6 hours on the pay-per-view.
Uh,
And I
I'll
agree that is
I'll
too
criticize
long,
them. Yeah,
but I understand why they did it, and I don't hate the reasoning behind it.
I do.
I
I do.
think I think fight
If
fire
you're
with
pro,
fire.
if you're yeah, but you're going on whatever. You're going. This is supposed to be your WrestleMania. If
Mhm.
you're afraid of Saturday night's main event and fucking an NXT show, then you have a
I
problem
don't I don't think
more
it's
than
that they're afraid of it. I think it's like you guys are trying to fuck with us, so we're gonna fuck with you
Ricochet was
back.
having diarrhea in his
Okay,
pants about this whole
Ricochet's
thing.
an idiot though. But you know who I will say I got a lot of props for, and that's MJF.
MJF's response to this whole thing was the
Amazing.
most sane, intelligent thing that anybody has said about the whole thing.
He said
It's business.
it's business, and I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Right?
MJF. Man, people want to say you know what they want to say about the guy. He's so candid though. When he comes in, everyone expects him. Oh, he's going to shit on WWE when he talks, but he doesn't. He just
No.
says the truth, and I love it. Even if the truth isn't in favor of AEW, I love it. I absolutely love him talking. I'll tell you what I watched. Speaking of MJF, I skimmed the gauntlet match or the
Mhm.
that casino gauntlet thing.
I like the twist that they put on that match where like it can just end at any time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I do like that. So like it is valuable to be number one and number two. I really like that kind of twist on it.
Do you think it was a shot at that, or do you think it's a coincidence, or do you think it's because are there coincidences in professional wrestling? Is it weird to you that they had this gauntlet match at their pay per view and then WWE had a gauntlet match for a title shot on Raw?
I don't think WWE even paid attention
Yeah, okay.
to what was on that in that regards. I did love seeing Josh Alexander get that spot on the big stage. I thought
Yeah,
that was really cool. The gauntlet match was okay.
I think MJF going over on Roderick Strong in this circumstance was the right move. I think that made everybody look good in this match.
Well, and let's be real, MJF is probably the best heel to go to have that. It's like a Money in the Bank cash in that you can
Yeah.
do now, right? And
Mhm.
it just makes more sense. And hopefully they don't butcher it like they did with Christian last year.
Oh yeah.
He did the worst cash in on the planet. But also, like, why did Christian even win that last year?
Yeah.
But whatever, we'll talk about Christian in a bit.
I did watch the TNT Championship match.
Okay, so let's talk about this whole situation first and
Yeah, okay.
foremost.
All right.
Adam Cole is. There's a good chance we might not ever see Adam
We
Cole
might
wrestle
not.
again.
And I know we've said that about a lot of guys, and they come back. We thought the same thing about Kenny about a year ago, and a lot of guys are able to come back. But the thing is, when you say they might not come back, that is a legit thing, and circumstances. You never know what the circumstances are going to be.
So they haven't come right out. They haven't come out and said exactly what is wrong with Adam Cole right now. If I had to
Mhm.
speculate, I would say it's another head injury. He has missed
That's what I read.
because there was a really sloppy spot that Kyle Fletcher did a few weeks ago where he
Mhm.
apron bombed him and just dumped him on his head on the apron. Like he
Yeah.
hit the back of his head on the apron. Now that was Cole's wrestled since then, but this could be like a Bret Hart syndrome thing
Well,
where Bret wrestled for a couple
that
weeks after taking that
all the
concussion, right?
speculation, everything that I've read points towards exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
that's why it was a last minute thing, because he had his doctor's appointments to say, hey, no, you can't do this, like the day of kind of thing.
well,
So
and Adam has missed a ridiculous amount of time recently from the exact same issues.
yeah.
So let's hope for the best with him. Let's just hope he's healthy. You know, not even to get him back in the ring. Let's just hope we get a healthy Adam Cole.
Absolutely.
Very emotional
Absolutely.
speech. He came out, and I'm glad that they gave him that moment to come
Yeah.
out and address
He
the
deserved
crowd.
he deserved that.
And then we got another beautiful moment right after that. I was thrilled that they put the TNT title on Dustin Rhodes.
Thank you. Yeah. This is going to come up 35 times in this broadcast. God, I hate wrestling fans. The amount of times I saw people online going, "Oh, it's AEW putting the title on a good up and comer, always putting over the younger talent." AEW. I'm like, you guys miss the point of professional wrestling completely
Did
sometimes.
they not watch the main event where Hangman Adam Page won the title, who's their prospect guy? Like,
Dustin winning that title is going to help this product and that title for the next 6 months more than you could possibly imagine.
I don't even think he holds it for very long. I think that we see
I don't
Ky
mean he's going to hold it for 6 months. I'm saying that him winning it is going to help the progression and the storyline of this title, even after he loses it.
I don't know if it will or not. I just think
I truly believe it will. Dustin, no pun intended, everything that man touches is gold in the last few decades.
I get it because of the dust, the gold
Yeah.
dust. I get it.
There's so many stories to be told with this thing. It's the only title that Cody held in AEW.
Hmm.
So now he gets to hold it, and there's a story there. There's so many wrestlers that he can go up against. Now, it's been reported very recently that he signed an extension on his contract
Hmm.
for another 6 years. I'm going to be perfectly honest, and I hate being this guy, but I don't want to see Dustin Rhodes wrestle for another 6 years.
I don't think he will. I think this
I,
is going to
I
transition to a backstage role as
into an
well.
office role. This is what I'm hoping is this is the beginning of. I hope that he's going to have a title run that they will make look like a really big thing, and then when he loses it, he's going to fade into an office role. That's what I would like to see from this.
I think that we're just going to see a quick title run. I think he loses it within a month or two.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that because Dustin deserved that moment. The work that he's been putting in on Ring of Honor with Sammy Guevara as the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. You know, right now, Dustin Rhodes holds a singles, tag team, and trios title all at the same time.
Oh, I did not know that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's a little ridiculous, but not because it's Dustin, just because the fact that there's two trios titles in AEW and they have too many belts. Let's be real. But I love this moment. I'm happy he got this moment. And
The match itself was enjoyable as well.
mhm.
I liked the match because I don't watch a ton of AEW. I miss out on certain guys. Don't. I can count on one hand how many times I've watched a Daddy Magic match. All right,
Yeah.
I like the guy. He's you know?
Daddy Magic. He wasn't in the match.
Or fuck, not Daddy Magic. Fucking
Daniel
the
Garcia.
guy from our house, from fucking Barry, Daniel Garcia. I don't watch enough Daniel Garcia matches.
Yeah, he's good. He's
But
real
he's
good.
good. And you know, people thought he was going to be labeled as a goof with the dancing and stuff like that. But you know, the guy can go. The guy can really, really go. And I might try to watch more AEW matches just to see more Daniel Garcia. Uh, Again, Kyle Fletcher. I don't watch enough matches of.
He's had a breakout
The
year.
dude's a hand though.
Yeah,
And
he's really had a breakout hand. He was part of a tag team, and his partner got hurt,
okay,
and Fletcher just
he
exploded.
exploded.
Him and Osprey had a bunch of banger matches last year.
And then there's Sammy Guevara, whom I didn't enjoy his work in the beginning of AEW.
Okay.
The stuff he was doing with
Jericho?
Jericho,
You didn't like that? I liked it.
it just wasn't for me. But I can see enjoying his work if he keeps going the way the stuff that I saw this week.
Yeah, he's a good hand as well. You know, you're gonna say about 90% of their roster.
Well, I'll tell you what I let's move on to something that wasn't made for me. This is not for me. This is not, and I get it. This kind of match is made for a niche audience. A lot of people love this stuff. I'm not part of the group, but the Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, Young Buck stuff.
So I haven't
I,
seen this match yet.
I just don't understand this style of wrestling. The art of the sell does not exist in this style of wrestling, and I don't. And this is my. You say this all the time, but this is my old man yelling at cloud moment.
So
I'm just going to admit I'm not going to shit on it. I'm not, but I am going to be the guy that says I don't get it.
which is fair.
I don't understand this style.
It's not my favorite style either. I can definitely appreciate the athleticism and the creativity behind the spots, but it's not what I enjoy watching either. I have heard, and I haven't seen this match yet, I have heard many people praising it as one of the best matches of the night. Again, not my. It's not something that I think I would find to be my match of the night. I watched a couple of the sequences, like that they did on, like I saw like clips of it, and again, incredibly impressive athleticism, creativity, the execution, like the timing that these guys have is
Yeah.
flawless. But it's just not the style of wrestling I enjoy either. So I get what you're saying there.
You know, A for effort, and I'll give marks all the time for the creativity and the like you said, it takes a big skill level for the timing and the choreography and stuff like that. It's just not the kind of professional wrestling that I sit down to watch.
And that's fair. I don't.
and I'm not going to be that old boomer sitting there going, "Oh, this isn't wrestling." We've said this 1,000 times. Wrestling has so many different shapes and sizes and forms.
Mhm.
This match and the main event that we'll talk about in a few minutes, two extremely different styles of professional wrestling, and both have a home on a pay-per-view like this. And I love
Absolutely.
that.
Well,
I
that's
absolutely
it.
love that.
Well, because you got with AEW pay-per-views, you get everything. They remind me a lot of ECW shows where you get your technical masterpieces, you get your blood and guts, you get your flippy floppies. Like, yeah, man, I don't hate that this is on the card either. And I don't hate on the Young Bucks as much as a lot of people do. I do think that they are an incredible tag team. I think that they are a top tag team in the world. Just sometimes they get into that style, and it's not my favorite. But when they actually do a tag match, I'm into it.
I don't say a whole lot of nice things about the Bucks because I'm not a big fan. But what I will say about the Bucks, in a positive note, is I do like the fact that they can go against any team in the world and fight their style.
Yeah,
they could do an Edge and Christian match, which I hope we get to, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. They can do a Hardy Boys match, which we've seen in the past, and they can do FTR matches. They can wrestle. They can wrestle, whether you want to say they can or not. They can wrestle guys like FTR. and then they can go and do the Will Ospreay style of acrobatics and like you said, flippy floppy stuff.
Yeah, very versatile. Their matches against Kenny Omega and Hangman Page is
You got to
phenomenal.
give it to them for that. I will give them praise for that every day of the week, because there are certain people that are called the best wrestlers in the world that can't do that. And Will
Hmm.
Ospreay, I'll fucking call out every day of the week for that. I don't think Will Ospreay has 52 different styles. I think some of his matches are really good. He had a great year last year.
Oh yeah, you made your list two
He
years
did
ago.
make my list, but I don't think he's got that range where I don't think he could go and have the match that the Hangman just had with Moxley.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I've never seen him be in that situation, so it's hard to tell. But I'm sure he could, but I don't know if it would be as great as some other ones.
all right. I did not watch that match with the Hurt Syndicate and the Patriarchy or not all that.
Yeah,
I only watched
post match.
the post match stuff. When the Patriarchy turned on Christian, and of course the save was made by, I'm not calling him Cope. Adam Colton came out for the save. I love the spot where he saves the day, then he hooks him up and does the go find yourself.
Yeah, nice
Love that.
throwback.
Great spot.
I like
Um,
that the internet went wild with it of Jeff Hardy, you're off the hook.
okay,
Penta,
I
it
was
was
gonna bring that up.
short-lived.
I was gonna bring that up
Penta, it
because
was short-lived.
I was gonna bring that up because as much as we've given Jeff Hardy over the years for the exact same thing, here's where I'll give Edge a little bit of leeway. With Jeff, you knew he was coming to save his brother. You knew it. There was no like, oh, is he coming to save, or is it like whose side is he on? Who knows? No, he's supposed to save his brother. His brother's being murdered in the ring, and he stops to dance. With Edge, with everything Christian's done to him in the last 2 years, I think you can give Edge a little bit of time.
No,
And like,
because if you've been following the story though, FTR put Edge out.
yeah,
So he was coming for FTR.
okay.
Like that's
I'm just saying, if we're looking for a good reason for him to take his time getting to the
there
ring,
there's
it's
never a good reason. Ever. There's not. Listen, you're coming out to you're not even coming to save the day in this situation because I'm sure he
yeah.
didn't give a fuck if Christian got destroyed or not. But you're coming out and you're supposed to be we have not seen you in months and months because you got put out by FTR. Um and here we are, right? You
Yeah,
run down there and fight them. Show me that fire. Don't be like, yeah, fans, give me it. And I love a good edge entrance. Don't get me wrong.
of course, but maybe this wasn't the time and the place.
And when Penta did it, it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
I actually like the Jeff Hardy one. Yeah, I did. I
Because
really
it's so
did.
funny.
I just
Just because
thought
it's so
it was
funny.
just so Jeff Hardy though.
Yeah.
Like Jeff
I,
Hardy's
I I love that he's completely owned it in interviews and stuff too, right?
100%.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, time for me to catch a little bit of heat here, okay?
Okay.
I've only watched two more matches on this card, and one of them is not Okada and Omega.
Okay.
Um,
I did watch
it's
Okada
not
and Omega.
it's not that I don't want to watch it. I will eventually watch it. Time got away from me. I just
Mhm.
haven't seen it yet. You say you watched it?
I did watch
Give
it.
your take on this.
It was very good. I think the expectations were very high going into it. They gave them a lot of time. They took their time. They didn't rush anything. They made everything mean something. Okada
Mhm.
worked Omega's stomach the whole time, playing out the diverticulitis. It was very slow at the start, but it was a good slow. It wasn't like, holy fuck. A little bit of outside interference from Don Callis and some people, which I could
Well,
have got, but
here's
first
my
match,
question.
so
Because I'm not following the storyline here.
yeah.
I don't, because I don't watch it weekly. I don't know the story behind this. What was Kota Ibushi's place in all this? Why was he with Okada?
He was just
He
Kenny's
was just
second
there.
because
Okay.
they're best
Yeah.
friends, right?
Yes. So he just needed somebody in his corner, and
Kenny, he wasn't even really in Kenny's corner. They do like the Japanese style where they're just the seconds, so they don't even like they really
okay,
acknowledge that they're there. Like
gotcha.
they'll mention it, but it's not like he was part of the entrance and like oh being accompanied to the ring by Obuchi. Like he just played the Japanese
So
second.
with what this story is and the way the match played out, in your opinion, did the right man go over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so because
Is
and
the
what
is this story done now, or are we gonna
no,
or
I
are we gonna
think
see this match again in Toronto?
I think there's a strong possibility we see this match again in Toronto.
Nice.
And if not Toronto, like maybe January. I don't know if they're going to want to let it breathe a little bit like they've done in
Sure.
the past in Japan. But definitely, and what was really good about this match is the last about 5 to 6 minutes really started picking up.
Yeah.
Like we really saw that like Japanese chemistry kicking in again, the high pace, and then all of a sudden it just boom, it ended. And I think it caught people off guard because I think people thought they were going to go another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was good. I don't think it was
Thank
the
God they did, and
best.
it was already 30 minutes long.
Well, and all their other matches, they go like they kept saying they've been in the ring together for over 200 minutes, right?
Wow.
Combined for 4 matches.
That's insane.
Um, I don't think it's the best match that they've ever had,
Okay.
but
I
we're
mean,
also talking about some of the
there's some
greatest
standards. Yeah, I was
matches
just gonna say some of
in
their
the
New
history
Japan
of
stuff is
professional wrestling.
yeah.
It
Come
was
on now.
a phenomenal match. I was not disappointed by it. I had high expectations for it. And I think especially because I think we're going to get more from them, I think this was the perfect first match
Is
for them.
Okada Kenny's greatest opponent?
Yes. And I would probably say the same thing with Kenny and Okada.
Yeah.
I think the matches that they have together, there's just something special when those guys get together.
Hmm. I love it.
And yeah, I'm excited because I think the next time they get into the ring, and I think especially being in a smaller venue will help them as well.
Hmm.
Because I think their matches that they had in the smaller venues are better because the crowd can get more into it. And if they do have a match in Toronto, I think that will be considered a match of the year because the fans will add so much to the drama as well.
Okay, I want to try to speed the rest of this up.
Mhm.
I'm really going to quickly just say I watched the Tony Storm Mercedes Monet match. I think it was too long.
Yes,
I
it was
didn't.
long.
I enjoyed the length of it. The match itself was okay. I am not a Sasha Banks fan by any stretch of the imagination. I never have been for what it was. Is it going to be going on my best of Tony Storm matches list? No.
See, a lot of
Um,
people that I skimmed through the match. I enjoyed
okay.
what I watched. I thought it was long
Okay.
as well, but a
Yeah.
lot of people are saying it's one of the best women's matches in AEW history.
I, and maybe I'm being biased because I'm just not a Sasha Banks fan or I'm a Mercedes Monet fan. Maybe that's it. But
I'm a big
I am
fan
a
of hers in the ring, though.
big Tony Storm. I'm a big Tony Storm fan though, and I don't know. I've enjoyed other matches. Then we
Fair.
get to the main event. This match is okay. Uh, the moment to me is more important than anything else in the match. But there's other moments in the match I think just destroyed everything for me.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't watch the
that
whole match.
okay. The match itself is what it was a fucking
It's a John Moxley
it was a
death
John
match.
Moxley match,
We know what we're expecting.
and that's all we're getting from John Moxley these days. And whatever, that's what he wants to do. Fine. Hangman can hang. Hangman can do it. He pulled through. He did a great match. Having him win that championship finally is the
Again,
moment AEW. Somebody said, and I want to say it was one of the Bucks. It was either Matter or Nick. Somebody said something very important. I think it's true. Somebody said the words Adam Page was always supposed to be the main character of AEW.
yeah, it was the Bucks.
And how true is that statement?
He is.
You go all the way back when you and I discussed this years ago. I said flat out, you know, I wanted Hangman to beat Jericho all those years ago.
Mhm.
Hangman, I wanted him to be the first AEW champion. Now, in retrospect, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad we saw the story, progress the way it did. I started losing hope for a while because, when they were doing the storyline when he was like not in the elite anymore and he was acting weird, that like, what are they doing with
Oh
Hangman?
man, that's when he got the most over.
Then he joined the Dark Order, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this. And this is when I was starting to fall out of AEW, anyways. Then I didn't know where to go from there. They have done something to resurge this man. This is the Adam Page that I liked 5 years ago. This is the Adam Page I want to see every week. I will keep watching AEW if I'm getting Adam Page as this form of Adam Page with the championship every week.
So I think I agree with a lot of what you said, but I don't think that we've ever lost Adam Page. I think Adam Page has always been the best storyteller in AEW with everything he's done. And to pick up like before that, like, you kind of skipped a couple things here and there, but like Adam Page and Kenny Omega as the tag team. And when
Mm-hmm.
Page was doubting himself and
Yeah.
was pushing himself out of the elite, and then he became the drunken cowboy shit gimmick, which
Right.
got
Yeah.
incredibly over.
I knew it was over.
And
But
then the Dark Order stuff, that was where he was at his peak of popularity.
mm-hmm.
Like that was prime Hangman. He had a great run as the title. He ended Kenny's reign. He had a phenomenal run as the champion. Then after the CM Punk stuff, he kind of got dwindly a little bit there. He wasn't doing much. He was just having great matches. Then he found Swerve Strickland,
Yeah.
and then we see a different side of Hangman. And
Yeah.
then
Some of the stuff that he did, that is stuff I did tune in for. His matches with Swerve, he had a lot of great matches with Swerve. That storyline in general was one of the better things AEW did this year.
and it wrapped up in this match, right?
Yeah.
Another long-term storytelling thing with
Mm-hmm.
Hangman. But the fact that Hangman went to this dark, evil place because of Swerve Strickland, which he couldn't understand. Why are people cheering him? He showed up at my house.
Mm-hmm.
He invaded my family. He saw my child, and then I burnt his house down, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And then he had this dark struggle, and this was him pulling himself out and finding himself out into the light again. I'm glad that they chose Hangman to end this title reign. I know there's a lot of talk it was going to be Darby Allin. I don't think it would have had the same effect.
I don't think so either, and we'll talk about Darby in just a second. I'm
But
glad.
yeah, Hank,
I'm also glad it was Hangman.
and I agree. Bully Ray said something, and I agree with him. This Death Riders angle, I agree. It has been not my favorite thing on the planet. I think it has dragged. I think it's been confusing. I don't really understand it. But in the end, it worked because we got this moment. And
Yeah,
it
sure.
created the fans wanting to see this title reign end, maybe for the wrong reasons. But we got this big moment, and Hangman is a bigger star now because of this angle.
Yeah,
So whether or not I enjoyed the angle, I did not. But at the end,
but
we
the ends
got we
justified the
got
means here.
the
Yeah,
100%,
yeah,
100%.
I get it. I agree with you.
The one thing
I'll tell.
I'm tired of though, and you know what I'm going to say here, because
I
I
hope
said it
we're
I
on the
said it
same
two
page
weeks
here.
I said it 2 weeks ago on the show.
Yeah.
I don't need to see the Avengers Endgame finish to every main event
Why?
on the planet now. Now this one made
And it was
sense
slop. No, it what did it though?
from a storyline standpoint. It made sense. The execution might not have been as
Well, that's
slick.
my That's my main problem is the execution. It was so sloppy. I didn't like anything that they've done here. Showing Darby on the big screen. Listen, I kind of get what they were trying to do because Taz was trying so hard to fill in the fucking blanks, and I got to give credit to Taz here because I don't like Taz on commentary, never have. But Taz was trying so hard to fill in the blanks and fill the story that AEW just wasn't doing a job of. He was basically saying that Darby's going to come from Mount Everest here in
Yeah.
this thing.
I mean, I picked up on it. I
But
thought
it
it
was
was cool.
but it wasn't, and I'll tell you why. I thought it was dumb. First, they show him on the big screen, then he's gone, and then Daniel Bryan comes
Yeah, the
out,
timing was awful.
and then if you're gonna do that, have it go from he's on the screen to he's being lowered right away.
I agree.
Not he's on the screen, then Daniel Bryan comes out in a mask and
Blue Panther mask, his
the Blue
favorite
Panther
wrestler.
mask,
He loves the Blue Panther.
but it was weird. And then instead of having him just do the sting drop and coming straight down, the camera focuses on him while he's sitting there, not dropping, just waiting to get dropped.
Yeah, yeah. The
And
execution was poor.
the poor commentators are like, "Oh fuck, we got to do something. We got to say something. Oh, what's that? Look at that!" And then nothing's happening. They just keep the commentators did a great job trying to save this
Yeah,
whole thing,
it
but
was
it's
definitely not as smooth as
oh,
WrestleMania 40. We'll say that for sure.
but yes,
All the pieces that were there made sense, right? Because they
but
took
the
Danielson
execution was
out.
just
Yeah,
garbage.
the execution was not great, but then the final touch was Swerve Strickland handing him the chain.
Hmm.
That was a nice moment. That was a
Yep.
good full circle moment. And then the little details like that briefcase. So they've had that world title in the briefcase since January.
Yep.
They've not shown the world title on TV once since January.
And I didn't realize that because I don't watch the product enough. I read that recently. And I'm like, that's kind of a cool touch. I kind of like that.
The other little touch that was cool,
It was almost like
like
the
the Pulp
metaphorically
Fiction.
he but that I like that reference, but it was almost like he was saving that title.
Yeah.
Finally,
He freed AEW.
he's freeing the title. He's freeing the company from the grasp of the Death Riders by taking it out of that case. It's absolutely beautiful storytelling in that aspect.
So the other cool factor to that was John Moxley never took Danielson's nameplates off the title. He literally won the title and put it in that briefcase immediately, and we never saw it again. So
Uh,
the fact that Dragon's nameplates were still on the title, I thought was a cool little
that's
touch.
kind of cool. All right, I've never said so many nice things about AEW in my life, but this pay per view has given me the idea, the motivation to finally bust my EW cherry. I think I'm gonna go to All Out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to pat myself on the back for probably calling Edge and Christian versus FTR on this show about a month ago. So good job, Tyler. You're so smart.
All right, let's really go through the WWE stuff quickly. That took a long time,
Hmm.
and then hit our list. WWE. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with? I guess we'll go in order. Start with the
Yeah, go start.
Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, I only watched
How
the
much did you
Goldberg
watch of it?
match. I
You
watched the
only watched the
Goldberg
Goldberg
match
match.
and the Seth injury. I don't.
Okay.
I want to just quickly talk about the Jelly Roll stuff, and I don't think we need to break down the whole card.
No, we definitely don't. And I didn't watch the entire card, anyways. You talk about the Jelly Roll stuff because I
How do people hate this?
I the same people who hate this defend the fucking Costco idiots being on AEW every week. So don't.
Here's the thing.
There's no reason.
Here's the thing, people. There's this thing in the world. It's called business,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Jelly Roll, that guy does some big business in life. That
Some
guy is a
some
bigger star than the entire WWE roster put together.
Somebody put out a meme that said watching WWE in 2025, and they put a picture of Logan Paul and Jelly Roll, and they're like,
Mhm.
the celebrities have taken over. I'm like, I so badly just wanted to be like, hey, want to watch wrestling in 1986?
Yep. Hey, my name's Mr. T.
You know what I mean? You ever hear of this woman named Cyndi Lauper, Mr.
Yeah.
T?
Yep.
We could,
Liberace.
we could go on and on and on and on. This is not news, my friends. This has been going on since the infancy of professional wrestling.
Okay,
And don't pretend that AEW doesn't do it. Don't pretend that TNA doesn't do it. Every single wrestling organization brings in celebrities because celebrities bring eyeballs.
we're gonna play a game right now, Mike. On air, I'm gonna play a game with you. I want you to name me who do you think is the biggest star in the WWE right now?
Hmm.
Cena,
Let's
Cody, Roman,
probably
Punk,
see.
like
I'm going to go with Cena. I'm going to
okay,
go with Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull him up on Instagram.
Okay.
He has 21.1 million followers on
Okay.
Instagram.
Now
Okay.
you're going to check out Jelly Roll, aren't you?
I'm gonna tell you Logan Paul,
Oh, okay.
27.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes has 2 million Instagram followers. Roman Reigns, I don't even know if he has Instagram. Roman Reigns, 10 million Instagram followers.
Wow.
So
You're getting one.
Logan Paul has more Instagram followers than Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes put together.
Combined. Yeah.
CM Punk, 1.8 million. So your three biggest stars in wrestling Logan Paul has more Instagram followers than all of them combined.
Okay.
Let's see. Jelly Roll, 4.7 million
4.7 million? That's it?
Instagram follow. That's it. I thought it would be a bigger
I
number.
thought that'd be way higher. Way higher.
However, it is still higher than
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk put together.
I'd like you to check a couple people for me then.
Okay.
Because while people, even a guy that I don't like, but this is me justifying the use of these people. Check out Travis Scott.
Travis. Let's go. That's Travis Moore. I love me some Travis Moore.
I love Travis Moore. I don't think he's got 21 million followers, though.
Travis Scott, 59.5 million followers.
But celebrities don't bring eyeballs to WWE, right?
Correct. And if you look on Travis Scott's Instagram, which I am now, there is WWE content on it.
Of course there is.
From Elimination Chamber. So
what? Let's do one more while you're doing this.
Sure, one more.
How many does The Rock have?
The Rock? Old Dwayne?
Old Dwayne.
The Rock has the Rock's up there, man. Fucking 300. Oh, you want to guess? Yeah.
No, you buried the lead, but that's fine because it wasn't even close. I was gonna say 150 million.
393 million
That's
Instagram
insane
followers.
to me. He's got to be in the top, like there's like top 5 followers. He's got to be.
Let's see. Just out of curiosity.
Insane.
Who has the most Instagram followers?
I'd say it's got to be like him and maybe like Taylor Swift.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
660 million. Yeah.
Wow.
Top 5 Instagram followers. Ronaldo.
Uh-huh.
Lionel Messi. Selena
Gomez.
Say,
Ronaldo's up there. I bet you Messi's up there too. Yeah, okay.
Selena Gomez.
Really?
And then The Rock, number 5.
Selena Gomez has more than Taylor Swift. That's actually very surprising.
419 million followers for Selena Gomez.
That's impressive.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay, so quickly, let's put a ribbon around this Jelly Roll thing. This is a good thing, people. It's gonna be it's gonna be a good thing for SummerSlam. SummerSlam, just like WrestleMania, has always been about star power. This is not the first time we put a wrestler. And you know what? This is better than some of the things we've seen in the past. This isn't Snooki. This isn't, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We
not to mention these guys are taking it serious.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll loves wrestling. Travis Scott loves wrestling. Logan Paul is a wrestler. He is a wrestler. And he's a damn good one.
The days of us calling him a celebrity wrestler are over.
He is a former United States champion.
He is a solidified member of the WWE roster. He is a wrestler.
He's had more WrestleMania matches than Ric Flair. I'm pretty sure, or he's tied. He's probably nuts. Tied with them. I think Flair only had 4 WrestleMania matches, I believe.
Let's really quickly talk about what happened to Seth before we move on to the main event.
Yeah, it looks like Seth is. A lot of people are saying it's a work. A lot of people are saying it's a shoot. I don't know. I think that he's hurt personally.
I've watched the tape over and over again. Not where he does he does that flip and then lands on his feet. I don't think that's where he hurt himself. He doesn't move. There's something about a minute and a half before that looks like where he did it.
I've also heard that this was an injury that he had going into the match.
That's what I've heard as well, and they kind of played on that on commentary.
Now, depending on what the injury is, I would really like to see him do the Bret Hart 1997 role of stay on TV while you're healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it depends on what the injury is. Like Bret just got his knee scoped then, right? It wasn't a major surgery.
He doesn't need to be on TV every week because of this. And they proved that on Raw this week. I love what they did. I know you said you didn't watch Raw, but
I watched the highlights.
Okay. Paul Heyman is interviewed and he's holding that briefcase. And they ask him about the injury, and he says, "I don't need to give you any answers because it doesn't matter. He has this briefcase. He has until June to cash it in. So whether or not he's going to be here tomorrow or the next day, it doesn't matter. As long as he's here by June to cash this in." Mm-hmm. Seth doesn't need to be on TV every week as long as that briefcase is. long as Paul Heyman comes out every week with that briefcase, Seth Rollins stays alive. Thank God for that briefcase, and thank God for Paul Heyman, because this would have ruined everything else, I think. Um,
Big test for Braun Breaker and
one of the
Bronson
one of
Reed
the
now.
worst things to happen when the worst things to happen to you when you're trying to build yourself as one of the bigger heels in the company is an injury. Coming back as a baby face from an injury, fucking forget about it. Coming back as a heel, it's so hard because they want to cheer you when you come back.
There's a
So hard.
built-in angle for his return though, and that's the cash in.
Exactly. So I'm not saying it's a good thing he got hurt. Obviously, if this is legit, it's sad that he's hurt. It's horrible he's hurt, but at least there's a silver lining here for the future.
At the end of the day, I blame LA Knight
Of course you do.
because I hate LA Knight.
Um,
No, I'm just kidding.
We'll talk about the rest of that story in a few minutes. Actually, you know what? We're going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the main event. Can we talk about the main event later?
Sure.
Okay. This is going to lead into when I want to talk about Raw. This moves in. What do you do now? What's Paul and his cronies going to do without Seth? Well, he leads Braun right out to face Gunther. So that was a good thing. And it was almost a tease of you thinking, well, it's obvious who's going to win that gauntlet tonight. Why would they put him in the ring with Gunther if he wasn't going to win? Well, guess what? He didn't win. CM Punk won, which I think was a good move.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a few seconds. But they still made Braun Breaker look like $1 million.
Oh, he ran through everybody.
Because number one, he stood up against Gunther in the middle of the ring. And then later, he ran through everybody in that gauntlet.
Braun Breaker and Gunther is a future WrestleMania main event.
And that's why I'm glad they're saving it for us. SummerSlam is building up to be something really special because we're going to see
great card so far.
Great card so far. We're going to see John Cena and Cody, and now we're going to see CM Punk and Gunther.
Yeah, huge matches.
I'm down for this.
Well, with Seth being injured too, and now that there's a reason why Punk is challenging for the title, he earned the shot, which I like. Because before everyone's like Punk and Gunther, I'm like, why? Give me a reason why. We have the reason why, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So now that's a big match.
Now let's really quickly talk about what I consider to be a nomination so far of pay-per-view of the year. Evolution was fantastic.
I didn't watch the whole show. I watched I watched the last half of the main event. I watch all the highlights throughout the whole show.
The main event right now is currently in standing for me for match of the year.
Yeah, it looked phenomenal from what I watched.
It's one of my favorite matches I've watched this year. Io Sky, we've been talking about Rhea Ripley for years on this show and how good she is. She was I think both are Women of the Year 2 years ago.
Her or Tony, I can't remember. Tony Storm's been cleaning up.
Tony Storm was definitely both of ours last year. I can't remember. I think the year before, I think at least one of us chose Rhea. But Rhea Ripley, we know how good she is. Io Sky has just gotten better and better and better. I don't know if she's gotten better. We've just noticed how good she is.
She's so good. I've always loved Io Sky.
And putting her in this spotlight has been such a good thing. Having Naomi come out earlier in the night and losing to Jade, I think was a smart move because
it's the classic WWE. That's the classic WWE booking.
It's exactly what they did with Seth at WrestleMania.
They've done it with Ed. They did it with Edge at New Year's Revolution. They do it with everybody.
And so we almost forgot about Naomi now. Then Naomi comes out, does the pure Seth thing, makes it a triple threat. I love every part of this.
That's fantastic.
What a great way for Naomi to win her championship.
The other thing I
thought
really
for sure that she would go on to continue her story with Jade.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The other thing that I loved about this was that everybody thought she was going to cash in on Tiffany, and whoop, got you looking right, and I'm going left.
Yeah, and so now because the Queen of the Ring, I misunderstood. I thought the Queen in the Ring got to pick their champion. I guess that wasn't the case. She has to go for
because
Tiffany.
she's on SmackDown.
Right.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why.
That's the only reason why. Okay. Uh, I would have been okay if Trish beat Tiffany.
I would have liked
I,
Trish to have won that match.
you know what I mean?
I think Jade.
Naomi,
I think if they want to put the belt on Jade, she gets more over a win of Trish and Tiff.
Jade versus Trish at SummerSlam, I think has money written all over it.
Yeah, and I think that's like a bigger feather in the cap for Jade. I beat Trish for the belt.
Big time. And
That match looked phenomenal between Trish and Tiffany
it
Stratton,
was
though.
phenomenal. It was really good. I'm not the biggest Trish fan or Tiffany fan. I go
Looked like
back and
she
forth.
beat the shit out of Trish,
I
though.
don't even know what she is right now. I can't like, is she a heel? Is she a face? I don't
Yeah, I
understand
don't
what
know.
she's doing.
If
Um,
she's a heel, then that means that we have not one face champion in the WWE right now.
the only face champions right now I think that we might have is the Wyatt Six.
Are they faces?
Are they though? Yeah. It's a. I don't think we have a. If you don't count the Wyatt Six, I don't think we have a single face champion here
We don't.
because we got what? It's Julia, Becky, Dom,
Cena,
Gunther, Solo, Cena, Raquel, and what's her name?
who's uh,
Perez,
Roxanne
Roxanne,
Perez.
yeah. Finn and McDonough, and then Tiffy and Naomi. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
Not a
all heels.
single heel face until SummerSlam. I think Cody takes it back from John,
Yeah,
and I think Gunther is gonna stay where he is. I
I
don't
don't
think
know. I don't know what's going to happen
I
there.
don't know. I don't think Punk needs to take it off. I'll tell you because I know who I think eventually takes it off him, and I think that's Braun Breaker.
Yeah, fair.
But I also have a theory that I want to talk about. Somebody mentioned this online, and I really like the idea. I think Gunther's going to be the man to have John Cena's final match in WWE.
Okay.
I think that's where we're gonna end up in December. Now I
All
don't
right.
know if Gunther's going to have that title, but I think he's going to ride this retired Goldberg thing for the rest of the year, and then say that, and then it's even though he didn't retire Goldberg, Goldberg was retiring, but I think as a heel he can use that.
100%.
And then he's going to do the same thing to John Cena, saying I'm going to beat John Cena in John Cena's last match, just like I did Goldberg.
I don't hate
Um,
that.
and I think that's what we get in December, and I'm all here for it. I
Yeah,
think that's
I
exactly
don't
what
I
they
don't
should
hate
do.
that at all. And it'll be a great match. And it's a great way for Cena to put over the future of the business.
Is there anything else in Evolution that you want to talk about?
No.
Because there was some great matches. They were all great matches. There's nothing I disliked. The
No.
battle royal dragged for me a bit, but
For the sake of how long we're
else,
running on the show,
yep,
I'm okay not talking about anything else.
absolutely. Anything else you need before we hit the list?
Yes, I have a couple. We didn't
Okay.
even mention Goldberg's retirement at all.
Well, that's why I wanted to, because we're going to
Oh, you
talk
want to
about it.
save that for the list? Okay.
We're going to talk about it. Let's not talk about it twice.
Yes, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is back.
Oh crap! I totally skipped that. Yes, I have that written down. Why I wanted to talk about Raw. Roman Reigns' return. Now, do you think they brought Roman right now because of what happened to Seth, or do you think this
No,
was always in the plans?
he was going to be on SummerSlam. You don't do SummerSlam without Roman Reigns.
That's the other match we're going to get for SummerSlam, which is obvious. Jay and Roman versus Braun and Bronson Reed. That's your match, right? Yeah, it has to be. Like that's a great match.
I think so. I think so.
Absolutely. I don't think you do you do singles matches here. You has to be a
No,
tag match.
I think so. I agree with that.
I like that a lot. Now with him teaming with Jake, I have to ask, where's Jimmy in all this? Is
He's
he
with
just
Jacob on SmackDown.
oh okay.
They're fighting the new bloodline.
They're doing
The
their own
newer
thing.
blood,
Okay.
the newest
Yeah,
bloodline.
right. Okay, they're doing their own thing. Cool.
Last thing I've got, and I just want to mention it quickly. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but it is finally happening. The match that we've wanted to see for probably a year and a half is finally happening, Mike.
Young Jay Lee and El Reverso.
That is happening on August 17th at the Cowbell Brewery
Sure is.
Factory. Counted out Cowbell Championship Wrestling. But no, I'm talking about Masha Slamovich versus Natty is finally
Oh,
happening
where?
at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport the night before SummerSlam.
Good.
So fantastic stuff.
Love that. Love that. Nice to see. We'll talk about this in a few minutes. Nice to see Josh Barnett on Saturday night's main event.
Oh, it was on there? I didn't see that.
Okay, I'll tell you where he was in a few minutes. You probably missed
Oh,
him.
was he in Goldberg's camp?
He was,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, I did see that.
because he's one of Goldberg's training buddies.
Also, friend of the show, Ernest the Cat Miller in
Yes,
there.
he was. I was watching that match with my son, and when he comes out and he's got all those people, Finn's like, "Who are all those people?" I'm like, "Well, that guy right there, he was on Counted Out." He goes, "What? He's a celebrity?" I'm like, "Yes."
Nailed
Oh,
it.
love it.
All
All
right,
right,
that's
ready to
it.
talk about some Goldberg?
Let's get in the list here.
All right. A little bit of criteria first. This is the greatest moments in the career of Bill Goldberg to celebrate his very well-deserved retirement. However, while it's called the greatest moments, I want to kill this before I get in trouble like I did with my Brock Lesnar list. This is moments, but it's also things. Anything that makes Goldberg's career special.
Oh, God. Are
Anything
you going
that
to put his music on the list again?
maybe,
Good old number 7.
but it's okay because I'm telling you in the criteria that it counts. As long as it fits the criteria, right? The criteria is my designation.
All right.
Anything that makes Goldberg stand out from anybody else is allowed to be on this list. I'm going to start with a match. I don't think anybody else would put this on the list, but I think it's important to put on here because of the attention that it garnered. I'm starting with his WCW debut against Bill DeMott.
Okay.
Or
This
he
definitely
was.
wouldn't make my list, but
And that's fine. I don't expect to make many people's lists. I'll tell you why it got on my list. I still remember watching this. I still remember watching Nitro and Goldberg coming out and murdering this guy in less than a minute.
no, they fought for a little longer than that, didn't they?
Sure as hell, it was less than 3 minutes. He got him really fast, and the commentators really put.
Yeah, they put Goldberg over there. Who's this guy? Gene, go get an interview with them.
I think it was a hell of a way to bring this guy in. Could have been a bigger star, sure, but DeMont was a hand. DeMont was trusted, and Goldberg knew he could go out there and do whatever what he could, and trust that DeMont would make him look good. They picked the right guy, so he goes out and he gets eyeballs on him right away because of this match, and it just moves on from there. I think it's an important milestone in his career, which is why it's my number 7.
I don't think this one makes my list just because I think there's way bigger moments in his career than this.
That's okay. My number 6 is Saturday night's main event. It's his retirement match.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of people say that, they feel bad for him because, it wasn't the greatest match in the world. You know what?
It was a good match.
I liked it.
It was exactly what it needed to be. A couple big boys hitting each other hard. It went a little longer than I thought it would, but
do you know it's his second longest match in WWE history?
After Triple H?
I think so, actually. I think so.
Yeah, because that's
even that is only seconds. Like it's his longest match was 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
Triple H thought he could go fucking 20 minutes with Goldberg with a torn quad or torn hamstring. Sorry, that was silly.
But this it was a good match. It told a great story. Gunther held his own and did a great job doing what Gunther is supposed to do in this match. The crowd was hot for it. They did his entrance the way that we remember it.
Doug Dillinger, baby.
The return of Doug Dillinger, which I absolutely adored in this. The rest of his entourage, his training buddies, Ernest the Cat Miller, Josh Barnett, of course, Doug Dillinger was there.
DDP, another former guest of the show.
Yeah, DDP.
Oh, he was in the ring at the end then.
Yeah, he was in the ring at the end. I don't think he was in the entourage. And then, of course, you fill it in with a couple of security guards because that's what he always did. He didn't have an entourage back in the day. He had security. And man, we might talk about that in a little bit. We it was a great way to bring him out. The crowd was hot for it. I was excited. I was a little disappointed because I was excited because this is the first Goldberg match my son has ever watched, and he's already digging it. He's digging the entrance. He's loving. He sees the pyro and his eyes go big. I'm like, watch what happens. Watch what happens. He comes through. He doesn't do the smoke thing with his nose. I'm like, oh no! And Finn's like, what? I'm like, I have to show you another Goldberg match another day because you need to see how cool that visual is.
Yeah, he looked like a dragon.
So, but the rest of the match went on very well. I enjoyed it. I don't think it went too long. I think 14 minutes was okay for it.
Yeah, I think eight would have been better, but 14's fine.
But I really liked the match. I think it was a deserving end for him.
I agree.
You know, anybody who had a problem with him losing is an idiot. He didn't need to, nor should he have won this match.
Those same problem would have those same people would have had a bigger problem with him winning. So
exactly. I'm glad it happened for him in Atlanta, Georgia. Great place for this match to happen.
A lot of history in Atlanta for Goldberg.
I haven't looked it up yet. I do want to see the rest of his speech because
I watched it.
It was good. Yeah,
nah, it was okay. Goldberg's not a great. He just repeated himself over and over again. It was nice. It was very nice, but it was a Goldberg.
Apparently, Cody came out.
Yeah, I thought that took away from Goldberg a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, it was nice that Cody came out. But
no, somebody said a lot. I kind of giggled at this. They're like, Cody came out to congratulate Dusty Rhodes' co-worker Bill Goldberg.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this being on your list. So number six. Yeah, that's fair.
My number 5. So I forgot to write down the years for this and the dates for this, which I usually do. So I apologize. I'm bad with dates unless I write them down. But I've got the WWE debut of Bill Goldberg against The Rock.
Yeah, it's the night after WrestleMania 19.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. So this is an amalgamation of that night and his match at Backlash.
Okay.
You know, the two kind of go hand in hand. But that night when he came out to face The Rock on Raw, what a moment in WWE.
Well, because they'd only announced it the night before. Goldberg is coming to WWE. Didn't say when. And then there he was next night. He showed up wearing that weird biker jacket.
Yeah. But I love it. He got in the ring, got right in Rock's face. And Rock's riding high after his very first ever victory against Stone Cold Steve Austin. WrestleMania victory, anyways. This is peak Hollywood Rock. And who better to knock somebody down off his pedestal like this than the guy who did the same thing to Hulk Hogan? Yeah. So to have Goldberg come out, face him, you want to know who's next? You're next. Absolutely love it. And their match at Backlash was it was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I would probably have this in my number seven or 6 spot. I think it would make my list, but it would be.
I have a feeling I'm gonna peel the curtain back. I'm not the world's biggest Goldberg fan, so if I miss a couple things on this list, it's just because growing up, I watched WCW every week just because I loved wrestling, but I was a WWF guy. I wasn't cheering for Goldberg every week. I didn't, I wasn't invested in Goldberg. The only thing I was invested in WCW was the NWO and stuff like that. Because the NWO was really cool at the time.
Fair.
I wasn't invested in Goldberg. I was never invested in anything in WCW the way I was invested in anything in WWF. So because of that, some things may have fallen through the cracks. Fair. And I'm sure that you're going to bring light to those after that. And I'll concede and say that you're probably right on a lot of them. Anything that I missed.
Fair.
My number 4 is him beating Raven for the U.S. title.
Okay, good. I'm glad this is on your list. I wasn't sure if you're going to sneak this one on or not.
I think this is where it really became the Goldberg show. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, okay, now this is serious. Now he's going to go on. Who's going to beat this guy now that he's got a title around his waist? You know, it was already a big thing that he was undefeated and that you know, he was a monster. But now it's serious. Now he's got gold.
Mhm.
I think this brought Goldberg to a much bigger next level kind of thing. And what a guy to beat for the title too. Braven doesn't get the credit he deserves for being the worker he was sometimes.
Raven was awesome. This was a great match. The crowd went crazy. They were ready for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love this. I love everything about it.
All right, this is where I'm going to lose you a couple times. My number two and my number three, I don't think you're going to like, but I'm
Okay.
standing by them.
Okay.
My number three is an encompassment of Goldberg's entrances.
Yeah,
This
his
is
entrance was phenomenal.
this includes the music. This includes coming from the locker room with the security. This includes the pyro and the smoke coming out of his nose. Everything. Nobody in the history of professional wrestling looked like Goldberg. Nobody was given the treatment that Goldberg was given. No, I don't think this will ever be duplicated. Like nobody will ever touch this level of entrance again. I don't think, because of
Oh.
all the effort that was put in right from going from the locker room to the ring. You were able to take the time. That epic music, you were able, you know, nobody cared because the music's so good.
Yeah.
It didn't matter that his entrance was longer than his match. It
Well,
didn't
and
matter. It
the
didn't matter.
crowd
You got to
chanting, it
listen.
was the anticipation, right?
It was the crowd chanting Goldberg, Goldberg. One of, if not the best, definitely in my top three WCW theme songs of all time.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's such a great theme song.
The whole thing too, it's like from a psychology standpoint, like
Yes.
your opponent is standing in the ring, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
It reminds me of like a UFC. I think like UFC really was inspired by these type of entrances
for sure.
because
Yeah.
back I don't know how it is now, but back in the day for your big matches, they would do the Goldberg entrances. The
Mm-hmm.
music would start playing, and they would follow the fighters as they walked into the arena, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't hate this being on your list. I don't know if I have it that high on my list, but I don't have a problem with it being on the
The reason it's my
list.
number three, the reason it's my number three, I just think it's a, without all that, I don't know if Goldberg's that big of a deal,
It's definitely part of the package.
you know? Which brings me to number two, something that without it, I don't think he's that big of a deal. Number two has to be for me the undefeated streak.
I've got that as my number three, so
Okay.
we're not too far off. But you did miss, I think, a big one as far as I'm concerned on your
Oh,
list.
okay. The streak is what makes Goldberg.
100%.
And,
This could be the number one as
and
well.
don't come at me with the, well, it was fabricated. You know, he didn't really win as many as they say he did, and he made up the numbers and blah blah blah. Guess what? Guess what else is fabricated? Professional wrestling.
Let me
It's
ask you a question.
storytelling.
Goldberg Goldberg had to execute that to make it work. You know who had
Yeah.
just as long of an undisputed streak as Goldberg did in wrestling? Tatanka. Are we talking about Tatanka?
Yeah,
But seriously,
exactly.
and
Exactly.
Tatanka was not. And I'm not
No,
trying to take
I
it. I'm
remember
not trying to
I
take a
remember
shot at
Tatanka having an
Tatanka.
undisputed streak, but was it really as long as Goldberg's?
Yeah, Tatanka
Was it
lost
in the
his.
hundreds?
Well, they didn't count it like that,
Right,
right?
right.
But like Tatanka debuted in early '92, and because he was on WrestleMania 8, so that's like that was around when he debuted, and he
Yeah.
lost in late '93, right before Survivor Series. So it's like
Okay.
a year and a half, 2 year, almost 2 year streak,
Yeah.
right? Same length as Goldberg, but the way they counted Goldberg's streak was impressive. But Goldberg's intensity is what made that also the
100%.
type of
The
matches he was having, right?
the character, and let's give a little bit of credit to the people behind the scenes, like Eric Bischoff and the commentating team and stuff like that, who helped, you know, build this thing.
Oh, Bobby
Because
Heenan was huge when
oh
he'd
my
call him the
god, Bobby,
man. He's the
yeah,
man.
but Bobby, I loved Bobby in this because Bobby could make or break you. He really could. He could make you the biggest heel in the world. He can make you the biggest face in the world, all by what he says about you. When
Well,
Bobby breaks his, you know, his whole thing of hating all the faces, to admit that you're amazing and that you are the man, you know you're the man,
I
because even
also
Bobby had to admit it.
the streak reminds me of the Undertaker's streak. I think it kind of was a happy accident. Like I don't think
See,
that they
I was wondering about that because with Taker, yes, it was a happy accident
I
because if
don't
it wasn't, he would have never won by DQ at WrestleMania 9.
I don't think
Uh,
people thought Goldberg was going to get as over as he did. He was green as goose shit when he came
yeah,
in.
the guy, like, there's no way they brought him in and said, "Hey, we're going to make this guy go
No, this was a
104."
happy accident, and they
Yeah.
they captured lightning in a bottle with Goldberg, and
Before we move on to my number one,
which is an obvious choice, right?
the I have a question for you before we get to number one because we're still talking about the streak here. All good things must come to an end.
Mhm.
The streak had to end eventually. It did end in very controversial fashion against Kevin Nash with the whole, what was it, the cattle prod that Scott
Yeah,
Hall had
Scott
zapped him
Scott
with.
zapped him with the taser. Yeah, the cattle prod, the Mountie stick.
Now, I'm me personally, I'm just glad it didn't happen clean. If they were gonna do it like that, if it was gonna lose to Kevin Nash,
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't clean. Do you have a problem with the way the streak ended? And if you do, what do you think would have been the alternative? How do you think the streak should have ended?
I mean, at the time, Kevin Nash was the second biggest babyface in the company.
Mhm.
He was one of the biggest stars in the company. So like I could understand the argument to have him beat Goldberg. I think it was the wrong move. I thought the way they
Yep.
did it was stupid. I did not like the cattle prod. But I mean, I think he could have got a lot more out of beating Goldberg clean with somebody else. I think ending the Goldberg
Yeah.
streak is
I
a
don't
big
think Kevin Nash
deal.
had to be the guy to do this.
No,
It also didn't make Kev look very good. The
I
fact that
think I think a guy like
didn't he have the book at the time?
yeah, I think Scott Steiner would have been a great choice at that time because
Mm-hmm.
Scott was just turned heel. He's just getting the Big Papa Pump character going.
Yeah.
I think they brought Bam Bam Bigelow in at that time too. If they really wanted to get behind Bam Bam and make him a threat, they could have had Bam Bam. I don't think that that's the right
Bam Bam was
choice.
already past his prime at that point.
He was still doing all right. He just had that great run in ECW though at that
Yeah.
time. Like he was really on fire at that time. I don't think he's the guy, but I think Scott Steiner would have gotten a lot out of that. I think they could have really elevated Scott to a big level there. I'm just trying to think of the roster off the top of my head
Mm-hmm.
at that time period. Yeah, I mean, I think Scott was probably the guy in my opinion.
So my number one, I think this is obvious. I hope this is obvious, but it's of course beating Hulk Hogan for the WCW World Title.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. We've talked about it at nausea
Yeah.
on the show. I
Yes.
think that's without a doubt the biggest moment in his career
It's not only the biggest moment in his career. It's one of the biggest moments in WCW's
history.
history.
Yeah, it's
It,
top
it's
top
one.
seven
It's one.
moment.
It's one of those moments that you'll always think about when you think about WCW. When you think about the WCW versus NWO storyline. When you think about Goldberg. When you think about Hulk Hogan. It always comes to this match. Always. So this was a no brainer for my number one. I want to have a guess. I'm going to look at my honorable mentions. I want to have a guess what you think I missed here.
Hmm.
Was hitting his 100th victory the one
No,
you think? No, okay.
no. I think
I wrote down
you missed a massive one.
I wrote down Jack hammering the Giant.
No, that's a cool one too. Great honorable mention.
Okay. I don't know what you think I missed then.
I for you missed my number two.
Okay.
Versus
You're gonna
Brock
have to tell
Lesnar
me.
at Survivor Series.
Okay, it's on my honorable mentions.
It's a huge moment in his career. It's one of the
Yeah.
most memorable moments of his entire career. It's one of the most
Okay.
replayed moments in his career.
Yeah.
It's
All
the
right.
first time Goldberg got to be Goldberg in WWE.
I guess this is where I'll concede to the fact that maybe I'm just not big enough Goldberg fan to the fact to realize how big of a moment that was. Yeah.
Who have you ever seen squash Brock Lesnar before?
No, true enough. Yeah.
That match was perfect. And then you want to tie it all in together. That whole run leading up to WrestleMania
Hmm.
was amazing stuff with him and Brock. Because
His, I really enjoyed their WrestleMania match.
their second one, yeah.
Their
But
second
like,
one.
but like
We
all the
don't
little
we
things
don't talk
too.
about 20.
Like the little things leading up to that, like Goldberg eliminating Brock with ease at the Royal Rumble. And then Goldberg won the Universal title from Kevin Owens, which I know a lot of people hated, but it made sense from a story standpoint. Jericho helped him, right? And then that amazing match at WrestleMania, that Brock Lesnar one, it's my number 2 or number 3 spot for sure.
It's weird to think that all the stuff he did in his earlier WWE career was all in the span of 1 year, eh?
Yeah.
Because he was only there from WrestleMania 19 to WrestleMania 20,
Mhm.
and then he was gone. So
Um,
strange.
you did have a Goldberg match on your list. I don't think it was the right match to put on your list, though. I don't think him versus Hugh Morris was the moment. I do
Okay.
think that Goldberg versus DDP should be on your list from Halloween
Goldberg
Havoc.
versus DDT was my original number 7, and then I or actually was my original number 6, and Hugh Morris was my number 7.
The
But
reason why though,
then after I watched the Gunther match, I kicked DDP off, and you're probably right.
well, the reason why I say it, your number 7 and your number 2 are the same
Yeah,
thing. It's the streak.
yeah, I could put that Demont thing into the streak because that's where the streak started. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Um,
I'll let you have that one.
Honorable mention that I would love to put it on my list. It's just not going to make it. Is him versus Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam.
Okay, all
Just
right. Yeah.
that's what people wanted. Goldberg. You know what I mean? Like that is Goldberg in a nutshell. Dolph made him look like $1 million. I was there live. It was amazing.
I have an honorable mention that most people are going to forget even happened. I just want to, it's not even a real honorable mention because it's nothing we're talking about, but I want everyone to remember that Bill Goldberg was once tag team champions with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Absolutely. Winning the Universal titles from Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt, winning the world title from Triple H. Not great moments, like list worthy moments, but big career accomplishments. Going into the WWE Hall of Fame, could be talked about again.
Yeah,
Not
sure.
not a
Yeah.
list moment, but a great
Yeah.
honorable mention. And that's where I'm gonna stop at. You had
Do
pretty
you
much all
think
my
at
other
any
stuff.
point do you think at any point um and this can include his very brief heel turn and heel run, at any point did WCW it up and drop the ball with Bill Goldberg?
Yeah, they never got him right again after the streak ended.
Yeah.
That was it.
They just
After
never knew
that
how to
finger
fix
poke of
that.
doom,
Yeah.
wow, they
They never knew how
destroyed
to
him.
fix that. Yeah.
They buried him in
And
Atlanta in the
then
Georgia Dome
and
with the
and
finger
then
poke of doom. It
and then that weird heel turn that he did, the
was
stuff he did
terrible.
with Mongo McMichael,
That was
it was
before.
really
The
weird.
Mongo stuff was before.
Was that before?
That was his first feud in WCW.
What, the stuff with the fucking ring,
Yeah, that was his first ever feud in WCW.
My timing's all off. I thought that was way later.
No, no. Um, yeah, they never got him right after that. And then he got hurt for a long time when he put his
Yeah.
fist through the limo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, that
It's not
after.
it's not a great moment for him, but one of my favorite Goldberg moments of all time, of course, is his spear on Bret Hart, the Back to the Future 3 moments.
Oh yeah, the
So
plate. That
yeah,
was sick. Well,
I'll
you could
always go back to that.
his spear on Nunzio, his spear on Christian, his spear on Lance Storm. Like
So yeah.
they all ate some good spears. Yeah,
He said something lately too that I think I have to agree. He said the only person he wants to see a spear from in WWE right now is Braun Breaker.
can't
And
argue.
and I think I want WWE to listen to that. I think WWE needs to tell. Sorry, Roman, but I think
I'm
everybody else
fine with
needs to
Roman.
stop using it and let Braun have it.
I'm fine with Roman. Um, we don't need Jey Uso. We don't need.
No.
Yeah, there's a little too many.
Um, does Braun might take it for me now, but up until Braun, does Goldberg hold the place for the greatest spear of all time?
If you ask the boys, no. If you ask the fans, yes.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, I think so. Rhino's up there,
Rhino's
Goldberg.
up there. I think Edge had an underrated spear. I like his
Edge had a
spear.
good spear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say Goldberg number 1.
Last question before we wrap it up. Where do you rank as a finishing move? Where do you rank the jackhammer?
I don't know.
Not a favorite.
It's a great move, but I just
Yeah.
think there's so many cool moves out there.
I think it was perfect for him. It wasn't technical. It wasn't
It was
anything
exactly
special.
perfect
It
for
was
him.
exactly what he needed to do, and he put
Do
away
you,
a lot of people with it.
do you know who gave him that move? Do you know who
No,
you know who invented the jackhammer?
I'm just gonna guess.
You'll never guess.
Build him up.
No, not build him up.
Okay.
Dean Malenko.
I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that, but I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, Dean Malenko.
Malenko's a goddamn genius, and he's not the only person that he gave moves to.
Oh
That
yeah,
man invented a lot of moves for a lot of people.
1,000 moves to be exact.
1004. Oh, sorry, that was someone else.
All
All
right,
right,
take us home, my man, because
that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us one more week right here on Counting Out with Mike and Tyler. Come back next week because our SummerSlam season starts. We're gonna start talking about SummerSlam next week.
guess I should come up with a list then, eh?
You got it. Yeah, Tyler's got a list to make. I've got a list ready. Then we're gonna wrap it all up right after SummerSlam. I can't wait for all that. But while you're doing that, while you're waiting for us to have our SummerSlam list, you got a couple things to do for me. Number one, if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go and subscribe here on YouTube. Go and give us a like and a rate and a review on Spotify. Do all those things. Then go over to this thing called Eventbrite, right?
Eventbrite.
Or go to countingout7.com, or go to any of our social medias, contact us, and we'll tell you how to get tickets for this little thing called Cowbell Championship Wrestling.
Hell yeah,
That
brother.
is the show of the summer that is 100% presented by Counting Out with Mike and Tyler. That's me and Tyler putting on the match, the show of the year. I promise you that. It's going to happen on August 17th. There's going to be 3 1-hour shows. All the information is online. You can go to the Cowbell Championship Wrestling. Now, the Cowbell Brewery social media, and they have all the information there. Any more information you guys need, we're easy to find. Reach out to us on Instagram, and we'll tell you all about it. How to get your tickets, how to get to Blythe, Ontario. You need something, we'll make sure that you are there in Blythe, Ontario for that show. Tickets are on sale. When, Tyler?
Now.
Oh,
They're on sale last week, yeah.
Absolutely.
And next week we'll tell you what the hell is the Count It Out Cup.
Ooh, the
Cliffhanger.
Cup.
Cliffhanger.
I like the sounds of that. What could that be? All right, my friends, go get your tickets for that show. And until next week, as always, you have been counted out.
Cheers.